Does anyone not recognize what this is?
The weeping bell.
Hmm.
It's a hat for a cat.
Oh.
It's
It doesn't look like
hilarious.
there's any straps on it though.
Like sits in.
Oh.
I got this.
Oh, it like is a hat for a cat?
Yeah.
Did you say?
I got this at the Poke Center in Japan.
Or like a small baby.
A really small baby.
Yeah, really small baby.
Yeah. We'll get like 2 weeks out of that before the head grows.
Didn't you say 30 seconds like a minute and a half ago?
And
We're live.
five,
We're officially
4,
no, we're
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Huh?
Okay, sorry, I was actually just updating some shit on your token.
Why'd your mic do that?
Do what?
Bro, why do you have any why do you have any questions about his mic? We know every
Dude,
week
you guys
that
not
there's
hear that?
something.
It was
Yeah,
so
I did.
weird.
I
Wait, are
did.
you microphone shaming me right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, it's
We
not like
literally microshave you. Microshave you?
my,
You want a micro shave?
Micro
Oh,
shave,
yeah.
I'll
dude.
shave your micro for you. Someone's got to do it.
someone's got to protect those balls.
Okay, you crazy campers. Let's
Maybe that
let's
way
talk
you'd have
about-
more than 2 kids. Who said that?
She's fine with a macro shave. Anyways, let's get you guys landing on what you're doing here. So a little recap. You guys brought back Alder after a nice little run-in the previous session with some Minotaurs. Yoll skirted death. You came back. Buru had a little bit of a hissy fit with a shield. And the shield hissy fitted even harder back. You had a distrustful rest, trying to watch over Faria, one of the priests that you guys are not too fond of. That was also after you did the ritual on Alder to remove the helmet. And he told you all about the things that he was that he had seen. One of the things that he saw that seemed to stand out was he saw a vision of Lulu standing next to some dark-haired woman, armored, as they plunged an angelic sword into the ground, which caused a structure to grow around it in order to defend themselves from a giant demon that was bearing down on them, and then the structure was covered in a bloody scab.
I don't remember that little morsel.
It says
that's a
that the
morsel.
scab engulfed the structure and the demon.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that's what I wrote down. So I want to. The way you were saying it made it sound like the demon was attacking, and then boom, Fort Knucklebone, and then he just left. He just ran away.
Well, it's a different thing.
No, I know.
Yeah, so that's basically everything that went on. Buru seems to be on the move right now. Move with 3 O's. And y'all are making some decisions right now.
Oh, right.
I want to play this session without pants on, but I'm not gonna, out of respect.
Wait, what do you mean?
For whom?
Why would you have pants on right now?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Or join the club?
Because at any given moment, he might have to get in the car and drive his wife to the hospital.
Oh, never mind.
That is true.
That's a fair point.
Damn. But if I showed up with like a woman giving birth, I don't think they would care if I was in my boxers. You know?
I mean, probably not. You just might be a little cold, is more so my concern.
It's like 18 degrees in Windsor today, so I'm not sure about cold.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay. Kind of missing the point here, folks.
All right, my brethren. Just to remind you the exact last thing that you guys were talking about. You were talking about basically the fort, and Buru, you had your fist clenched into a fist to kind of remind you and the rest of the group kind of what's going on.
Yep.
So, kind of leave you there. You can take a second to think about what you want to do, but the action was left with you guys to determine what you wanted to do.
Lulu said, the last thing she said is, we need to get to the ground.
Correct.
So I'm just gonna say, ask Lulu how do we get to the ground?
I mean, I know how I'm going to get to the ground, but that's as far as I've thought.
Do any of you? I'm gonna look to the priests. Know of a way down to the ground?
They just kind of look amongst themselves. You could maybe build something. This is Jack speaking to you. Or we don't exactly have any kind of magical help that we could give you, unfortunately.
Do we know, out of character question, do we know, okay, so when Traxagor was looking for Elturel with his giant orb, what vision of Elturel did we see in the orb? Were we like in a street, or did he have like a visual of Elturel from a far away perspective?
Well, if he did, you guys wouldn't have seen it.
I see.
Because you got there when he basically was ready to give you the push through the portal.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, I wonder how Elturel is currently being lifted up. There's something that is lifting it up. So I guess I'll say, I mean, we don't know what Elturel looks like on the outside, but I wonder maybe there are some sort of chains that hold up the city. Or something like that. I'm not sure. If we can get a look on the outskirts of the city, maybe we can have a better idea of how the city is elevated. Might give us some sort of direction. If there's chains, then we just walk down the chains, but if it's just levitating...
Get to the ground. I'm so
Feels like it's a
confused.
little more than just if we're descending chains strong enough to hoist a city.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go.
Still not a bad idea to take a look.
Absolutely not a bad idea to take a look. Do any of you know how far above the planar surface this city is?
I believe 700 feet.
That's a long way down.
Okay, I think I'm a little confused. We're trying to get out of hell right now.
We're going
We're
down.
trying to get out of Elturel.
We want to go down to the bottom.
We're trying to
Is
get
floating
to
700 feet above
Avernus.
Avernus.
Oh fuck! I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you guys crossed over the bridge, so Yoll, you actually had good perspective on this too because you threw people off of a bridge.
several, yes.
Yes, I'm aware. And so you guys all had perspective on this. When you crossed the bridge, you saw down there was about a 700-foot drop. And if you remember me describing the river that you saw down there and the battles that were raging on.
Okay, this starting to come back to me. All right. How the fuck?
Not to mention, I have this map that I think Silvaria gave me of Avernus. It's not exactly accurate, but it's as close as it can be. It may be helpful.
The more I think about the map, the more confused I get, because Traxagor said that Avernus is always changing. How is there a map for a place that's always changing?
Maybe there's some landmarks that stay the same. It's better than not having a map, I presume.
You guys all have access to that map?
No, it should be in handouts, but I don't see it in player handouts. Okay, white screen.
Once it loads once, it should be all right in the future.
I remember this.
Okay. So we're in the middle, right?
No, I think that's just where he put the
Just put
tokens.
the tokens.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
put the tokens in the middle.
We don't know where we are.
Well,
Yeah.
there's the river, so we're
That's a different
Somewhere over
river.
the river,
Is
but
that? I don't think that's the same river.
Oh, it's the river.
It's the Styx River.
the River Styx?
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
But it's also a massive river that crosses multiple planes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we can't say, oh, well, there's the river, so we're right there. We don't know.
yeah.
I'll take out the map, and I'll kind of show it to Ravengard, and I'll say, "Does anything stand out to you from your visions on this map?"
All right, who are you saying this to?
Ravengard.
Oh. And he just, like, you see him kind of look into it, his eyes dart around. As vivid as my visions were, none of this looks familiar. But my visions were from somebody's perspective on the ground. All of these landmarks here, I wouldn't have recognized them.
It's worth a shot. And then I'll turn to Lulu, and then I'll show her, and I'll be like, "Does any of this look familiar too?"
She too just kind of looks it over. Yeah, a lot of it. It's hard to place, though. I'm sorry. It's hard to place from this map. But this looks familiar over here, and she points to like this down here.
Oh,
Where's down here?
at the bottom near Avernus.
Yeah, near the Avernus sign.
We're all kind of spinning
Yeah,
there.
I can see it. I can see it now.
That reminds me of when you guys did that on the door.
Yeah.
Krepe and Trieu were just that thing kind of looks familiar. In the river, don't touch the river.
What happens if you touch the river?
We've been over this.
I just heard that it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Right.
You got that right. I mean, I don't know what actually happens, but I know it's bad.
The river is full with like the souls of tormented demons or something. Like that kind of bad.
Sounds pleasant.
Gantash,
Yes.
you know a lot of languages. Do you recognize any of these symbols?
Do I fourth wall DM? Oh, I need my
Who
dice.
you?
What language is it in?
That's a good question.
We don't actually, to be honest, we don't actually know if any of these symbols are like linguistic symbols or
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. That's why.
Art.
You determine it's in Korean.
so. If we don't even know that it's in a language, let alone what language it
It's
is.
still symbols. I studied.
Yeah, we can ask this. We can see what the I'm saying for Lemon's question. We can't
did-
know what language it is necessarily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So
we
yeah, I can give. I'll go over a couple. So these are definitely written in Infernal. So
I know Infernal too.
okay, so if you want to follow my mouse around, I'm going to start just above you guys. This symbol right here just means hill. This symbol right here means forge.
Oh,
This right here just means trees.
My people.
learn the colors.
That's U-Haul.
This one right here will come down. This one means grave. This one to the left, far left, is arches. And this one right here is zapper.
And that's Bomb Sipey.
Where's
Zapper.
CP?
What about this one here? This symbol here.
That's like indistinguishable.
Oh, okay.
It's like a piece of like the start of writing, basically, or just some sort of.
What about
random
this
carving.
big winged demon abyss thing over here?
Oh, that means death.
That means big winged demon abyss thing.
But like, is that what? Like, I can't make out the armor. Like, does it look like a demon, or does it look like a devil, or does it look like?
It definitely looks like a devil.
There's one more symbol at the top, at the very top.
Oh, way up there. That one is castle.
Okay, look at that.
These are so.
Sorry, that was a tiny one.
Castles.
These really are CS callouts, eh? 2 castle, 1 CT.
Kitchen.
Heading trees.
I'm at Zapper.
I'm at Sap.
Zapper
We're gonna
long.
flank arches.
2 arches, 2 arches, 2 arches.
The stream just turns into fucking CS.
Slow pushing. Hold.
Can you watch
We can
hills
play
for me?
retake.
Can you watch hills for me?
Oh god.
So we need to go to the edge to maybe find some landmarks of where we are exactly on this map.
Yes, and get a better idea of what we're working with. Even God. Had a few more questions for you regarding your visions.
Yes.
In your visions, did you see anything about Krieg?
No, nothing about Krieg. These were visions of old. From a long time ago. And they were all from down in Avernus.
I see. What do we do with this helmet?
That's a good question.
I'm not totally sure. If it's been totally cleansed, which I can't be sure is the case, then you might be... Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Somebody's calling me. I'm gonna cancel that.
Calling me.
I can't be sure that it's been totally cleansed, but if it has, then you might want to use it in times of desperation only, to see a path forward if you're lost.
Are you saying we take it with us?
Sorry, one sec. You can take it with you, or you can leave it here. But what I'm saying is, do not use it lightly.
You said not to use it at all.
Do not use it lightly, meaning use the shit out of it.
For a short period.
Not use it carelessly.
There you go.
Do not use it without deep consideration. Come on, guys.
Do you think this would show us the way?
No.
Truly, I don't. And you're right. I did say don't use it. And I still think that that's probably your best course. But if you're truly desperate, at the end of your rope, it might help.
And I will take it. I think we can use all the help that we can get, even if it may cost us our sanity.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
And I'm just gonna say, too late.
I will just carefully scoop it into my bag.
I hate to be the one to bring this up, but I can't help but feel like there's another artifact that might be a challenge to get out of here? I'll look at Buru.
It's true. We should probably take it with us.
I don't think that's an option, Buru. I do not want to leave that here.
We
Alright.
can't leave it here, and we can't take it with us. What does that leave us?
What does it want?
I'm gonna. Sorry, what's the priest's name that we don't like?
Varia.
Varia?
Yeah.
Varia, yeah.
That comes to my attention. Varia, I have a concerning question of importance. That any knowledge that you have, if a devil was placed into an object, sealed away by angels, do you know anything of how this devil would break free?
I don't believe it was placed by angels.
No, it's Silvaria explained that the forces of good sealed away Gargoth into that shield that is.
Silvaria said that Asmodeus sent the Hidden Lord to corrupt mortals on the mortal plane. He became a demigod as people began to worship the shield.
To be clear, are we talking about the shield that's in the other room with those thousands of people?
That's correct, Feria.
Yeah.
And there's a demigod devil in that shield?
A pit fiend, to be exact.
Yes.
Well, certainly a advanced question. One that unfortunately even I don't have the answer to. But I do have an answer for you as to who might be able to figure it out. And I'm looking at him because he doesn't have a choice.
Ravengard?
She's staring right at you.
Wait, what?
I think she means the onus is on you, Buru.
What? I just literally asked her the question. Why? She can't just say. God
Well, she
damn it.
knows. She now knows that there's a devil in the shield, and you brought it in.
Yes, and I'm asking her, does she have any knowledge on how to, you know?
She doesn't.
And she said no.
Yeah, she said no. Yeah.
Yeah, she said no.
God damn it.
In more words than one.
Yeah, just literally a brat. Just a brat. Feria the brat.
I mean, I'm kind of on her side on the not a great call to bring a demon in here. Devil in here, excuse me.
Are you saying that as Yoll or are you saying as a player? Because Bruce just gonna be like, why would you say that when you've
As a
already
player.
known this whole
I'm
time?
Not saying. Yoll's not saying anything.
I think, Buru, we deal with it together. I know you carry the burden, but it's our burden to share. You're not alone in holding the shield. You just carry it.
I need more information before I talk to it. Is there anybody here who knows anything about sealing demons or devils into objects?
Well, it's only really what we know about what Silvaria told us. The shield, to be truly dealt with, needs extra-dimensional storage, none of which exists on the material plane. And I wonder if it would even exist here, but this is the homeland of the shield. I don't think it would exist here.
The shield right now has no clue how to break free. And that is the upper hand that we have. It has a devil itself trapped in a shield is hoping I would figure it out.
Here's a crazy idea, Buru. What if we throw the shield in the river Styx?
If it doesn't kill every last one of us before we get there.
How's it gonna know? Nobody's gonna know.
I think it might even know that we're talking about it right now.
I assure you it knows.
That's
Yeah.
that's fair. Just keep that
Any
in the
thought
back of
that
your mind.
goes through Buru's head is one that this
It knows deep down that I am trying to figure it out, but I need to give it something.
But it also knows deep down
just
that
need
it
to
has
prove it.
all of the power over you.
It can't stay here. We're gonna have to take it.
Yes, absolutely.
You're gonna have to.
Yes, and
convince
do you
it that
remember what it said when we were trying to take it?
You're just gonna have to convince them that you're the one.
Yes, just convince this devil that your one soul is worth more than the thousands in this chamber.
I believe in you, bro. If he wants, like you said, if he wants free, he's not gonna get it staying here.
True.
Not to mention the thousands of mortals that are here compared to the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of mortals on the mortal plane. He's not really going to derive much power from the people here. The amount of
True.
mortals here in Avernus are limited.
Alright, I will give him
Who's
the
breathing?
ultimatum.
Lemon, you're breathing directly
Oh.
into your microphone.
Damn, he's taking the undead RP hella seriously, bro.
That's weird, Silas. I didn't know.
What
I
the
didn't.
fuck?
I didn't know you could breathe. And I'm just gonna walk away. All right, I'll let you guys continue while I go to the shield.
Before you go, Rhea stands up, Buru, if you want to slide back. Rhea stands up and she just says, she kind of like brushes herself off and says, I just have a theory. I kind of noticed something while it was in the room with all those people. I don't think it really can make its way out down here unless by some really powerful means. I was just thinking, why would Asmodeus send him up there in a shield? And then...
Why would he
And
want to
then we
come
were-
back?
Right.
Wait, what?
And then he almost became a god. And he would have thought that Asmodeus was the one who set that in motion.
Wait, I'm confused about the lore about the shield now. I'm pretty sure Gargoth was like a pit fiend, whatever. The way Solvari explained it was that he was sent to the mortal plane to corrupt mortals,
Mm-hmm.
but then the forces of good sealed him away into the shield. Because it doesn't make sense that Asmodeus put him in the shield and he's been trying to get out. I'm very sure he was put into a shield by the forces of good. That part is, unless I'm wrong, DM, give me some help here. I don't want to look it up.
Yeah, no, you've definitely...
Because that's how I've been thinking this whole time.
Mhm.
Because because technically, I guess, yeah. If I knew, if I thought Asmodeus put him in the shield, then I'd be looking around here.
Right.
But I have zero clue.
So are you confirming that the forces of good put him in the shield?
Well, I'm confirming that that's definitely what you guys were told.
I see.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
And so Rhea just kind of shakes her head and just... So do you say that, by the way, in character? Like, do you come out and say, like...
Yeah, I'll say that
Okay.
Silvaria, I'll quote her, whatever.
And Rhea just goes... Yeah, no, maybe... Sorry, maybe it's just a bad theory. No, you're right. You're right. He must have been captured in there. My mistake. It's a bad theory. And she just kind of puts herself back against the wall.
Across the room, there's a pit fiend that is hopeful. Very ironic, isn't it? And I'll just keep moving. I'll let you guys do your
Rhea
thing
knows
before I-
something.
Do you want me to have my conversation with the shield, or do you want them to do whatever they're doing?
I think we can have the conversation. I think they're thinking about stuff. So as you approach, Gargoth just says to you, so what are you offering me?
Well, I think I need to first understand your story to help you. I think you've been a little hard-headed on getting out, and you haven't shared information. What put you into this shield?
Wow. People like to talk, you humanoids.
How else am I supposed to help you? I'm maybe a humanoid that can think, and you're just a pit fiend who's apparently looking for a way of its own, sent by Asmodeus. That's all I know. But here you are, being hopeful that you could find a way out. So you need to think about how you got in here. You need to explain that to me.
How's about this? We make a deal. Here's the deal. When we get out of here, you bind yourself to my freedom, and I'll protect you and give you strength as we go. And I won't kill you when I'm out.
Your ultimate goal is to rule Avernus?
My ultimate goal is to get out. I'll see you to it what I do from there. You go free. I go free. And we walk our separate paths. But you will bind yourself to my freedom. And nobody in this room dies.
Oh.
Not by my hand.
A little fine print. Gargoth, right?
Yep.
My friends do not die as well, for they are helping you as well in this endeavor.
Which ones? How's about this? Nobody that's currently down here will die by my hand. For a year.
Kill me, motherfucker. I'm already dead.
Put that theory to the test.
your complete freedom bounded to mine. But my friends and those that I choose cannot die by your hand.
For a year.
Nope. You're gonna be free living eternity. A year is nothing. You could outlive me and kill them later. It does not matter.
Check.
I swear to God!
You have a D8?
Okay. I do. Can I choose to use it before?
Oh no, you can choose to use it
You
after.
can choose to use it after you know your number, before you know.
Ooh.
Not gonna bother.
On an 18?
Yeah.
Fine. Eternity. By my hand, none of you die.
Also,
And
none of that.
we'll find an imp to put it in ink.
Man, you got a lot of contracts going.
Okay. And just know, I don't hate you or anything. I barely know anything about you. And you know the other forces at hand that control the fate that everyone has, but mine, apparently, my fate involves you. There's no hate. I accept this contract, this deal. Your freedom bound to mine. To protect me, give me strength, to help me as I help my friends, for your eternal freedom, and to not kill my friends for all of eternity.
Yes. Those will be the terms. Now get me out of here.
You know, Gargoth, if you have someone you don't like, you should tell me. Maybe I might just kill them. And I'll put them on my back.
Noted.
Now I know. Okay, there's a list of. Okay, I found it. It's not +4, or is it +2, and it becomes +4 if he really likes me. There's a spot in my notes.
Yeah, you're gonna still get the 2
Okay, but it turns into +4 if we become whatever.
if he gives it to you.
Okay, that was session 15, by the way. All right.
Okay.
Deal with Gargoth. I'm gonna type it out real quick, and you can go back to them.
When Buru leaves, Lulu just kind of whispers to you, Yoll. She goes, if you need to see on the ground, I could just fly around over Elturel and take a look and see where we gotta go.
How are your eyes?
Sorry, what'd you say?
How are your eyes?
Oh, I mean, I can see you pretty good.
Well, we're gonna have to come up to the surface sooner or later. We'll take a look around together about that.
Okay.
Raven Guard,
Gantash.
a word alone. It's not troublesome.
How do you suggest we do that?
And I'll think to him like this, maybe.
Clever. He thinks back to you.
And this whole time I'm just gonna like lock eyes with him to, you know, maintain a strong connection. And I'll say, I just want... I'd rather you not put your faith in the wrong people. I don't know if you're aware, but Avius binded the city to this fate. Avius was made out to be a hero many years ago, but he struck a deal with Zariel to bring Elturel to this forsaken place. Just don't want you to put your faith in the wrong people.
Gantash, I'm not the leader of an entire city and an entire guard to not be able to read the signs. A lot of people still hang on to hope, and I'm not going to be the one that takes it away from them. But I knew as soon as I saw that Thavius wasn't here, that something wasn't right. He and the Vanth Emperors pushed me into this meeting. I never intended to come here. I didn't think that it was chance that the city was taken within a day of me arriving. I'm glad you were able to figure it out too. But I'm not going to take their hope away.
Of course. But there are those that still cling on to his allegiance. And I just briefly glance over at Feria. I don't know if he notices it or not, but you do what you want with that information. But also know, once my compatriots and I figure this out and bring Elturel back to the mortal plane, we've dealt with both Krieg and the Vanth Emperors ourselves.
You captured them or you killed them?
The latter.
And he kind of leans in and just stares at you. He says, then you had better watch your step in this land.
Oh, Scoob. What do you mean?
Think about it. Where do you intend to go when you die? And where do you think they went when they died?
That's a fair point. But it had to be done.
I understand. In these circumstances, just watch your back. It's not like they've gotten weaker coming down here with the favor of Zariel at their fingertips.
I appreciate that. It's a good warning for me to keep in mind. I'm glad you're back, Raven God.
As am I. Maybe it's the best that you take that helm with you. I might have been tempted to put it on again if we got desperate.
I don't doubt your resolve, Raven God. You've only done what you felt is right, and I hope that I will be able to do the same if the time comes.
I have faith that you will. May Torm watch over all of you.
May Torm watch all of you.
God bless us, everyone. Shall we go up?
Well, I'd like to do one more thing before we leave. I know it's not our duty, but I'd feel much safer if we swept the catacombs, made sure this was a safe place, I've been hearing a lot that people down here have not done that yet. And it's the least we can do. As we're gonna make it down to the ground anyways.
You're saying that out loud, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Why don't we just... Yeah, never mind.
Just a quick walkthrough. At least I'm hoping it's quick.
We'll set your mind at ease then, fine. But I'm not here to dawdle.
Lead the way.
And as I pass the priests, I'll just lean over to... I have all their names written down, but I'm not gonna... I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. I'll lean over to this chick.
Okay.
And I'll say, if you don't mind, just kind of like under a hushed breath, if you don't mind, upon my return, I may need an amulet of Torm, as I don't have one anymore. If there are any lying around, I'd appreciate it.
And she just kind of quickly like glances around. She's, well, you're gonna need this more than me. And she takes it off and just instantly off of hers and onto your head.
Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll just continue walking. And I'm gonna start combing through this facility.
Yeah.
You're back with them. They're gonna need you for what's coming next.
Buru,
I'm just gonna have my shield and flail out.
Buru, we are clearing the catacombs before we leave to make sure this is a safe place for Eltrellians.
So, and just important to note, as you kind of move your way down here, this is obviously not lit. So basically the only light is coming from down the hallway that you came. So as you move in here into this area, it's just dark. So,
They will light a torch.
Okay.
Or actually, are there any there? Like, presumably there are some like torch sconces on the wall or something.
There are, and you can light them as you go if you wish.
Yeah. I will actually light every sconce I come past to try and keep the entire thing lit.
Okay. So this first area here, this is the Hall of Scholars. The crypt holds the bones of those who served Torm and Elturel through their knowledge instead of magic or skill at arms. So there's teachers, engineers, sages, public servants. Plain stone shelves in the alcoves each hold one set of remains.
I'm not like, you know, I might say a quick word to pray to the fallen, but I'm like really just like a patrol, just really moving through.
Sure. Is that the same for everybody?
Yeah. You'll think this is a stupid exercise. He doesn't even have his weapon out.
At a quick glance, is it just remains, or is there any...
Give me a perception check.
And Gantash left?
Well, I'm waiting.
Okay. So as you're kind of scanning around, you like, you know, lean in, you're looking different ways. In this little alcove right here, behind one of the sets of remains, you do see a little glint coming from behind. As Yoll was in the room, you saw a little reflective something from behind one of the sets of remains.
Oh, I'm going
When
over
I was
there.
in the room?
Yeah, like when your torch was there.
Oh,
If
I'm
you
lighting
were-
the sconces on the wall. Or are there not sconces on the walls?
No, there are. I'm just saying while
I'm
you
not
were
carrying
there.
a torch. I'm just
Oh.
lighting all the sconces with my tinderbox.
Going over there.
Oh, I see.
Like I want to
then-
keep the entire thing lit for everybody.
I misunderstood.
One,
So then, as you're standing there, then the light from
Okay.
the sconce. Okay, so
Take a closer look.
you inspect and you find that there is actually a little broken, like fake false covering of one of the shelves, and sticking out of it is an amethyst red amethyst, and when you kind of peel back the rest of the broken shelf, you find that there are 8 more for a total of 9 red amethysts. There's also a potion of greater healing in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna scoop those up. Buru, what? You looking at me?
I was like, this is
I
what
saw.
I do.
You said
I saw.
8. What did you say? 8? You said 8, right?
9 total.
Oh, 9. And a greater healing. Okay.
Is there anything else?
I was more like, is there like, because you said there's scholars, is there any like books on any of the dead corpses, or are they just skeleton remains? And
No, it's just the remains.
then that is everything.
Okay. As you carry on, you make your way through. There are different. So this little kind of notch out area here, Gantash, is just one of the vaults that just holds corpses, or is close to it. And up top, so that area there is a recessed mausoleum. And there is nothing but just the basically sealed caskets, effectively stone caskets.
Mm-hmm. I'll just keep walking.
Okay. Down here, so as you enter this area, so to the left, there is another one of those recessed mausoleums.
Mm-hmm.
The central area there is an area. As you look around, you remember being described to you as a place called the Temple of the Highest. It's a large temple. It was used for private ceremonies involving the most powerful and respected figures in Elturel. Each of the semicircular alcoves here contains an elaborate upright sarcophagus holding the body of a former priest of Torm.
Where? Like right here? Or just in all the alcoves?
In these alcoves here. So specifically like, so if you go here,
Yeah.
these three. So there's 12 in total. There's the 3 on the bottom and then the 3 on the opposite side.
As I pass, just some prayers, respecting the dead. I'm moving pretty quickly, but I'm just, as I'm going by, just respecting, saying little prayers like, oh, like, may peace be with you, that type of thing.
Okay.
What is this thing? Is this like what is this?
That little notch there is just it's a sconce. It's to signify sconce.
Okay. I'll just keep bustling.
Now there are more than that, but those for some reason are there particular.
Mausoleum thing, right?
Yeah. If anyone else is doing anything else, just inform me as we go.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is like basically the like symmetrical opposite side.
Yeah. Okay. Just keep bustling.
Okay.
God, I'm lagging like crazy.
I've already been to these little spots here for some reason.
Because at the beginning you got lost and
Yeah.
well, actually, no, sorry. It's because you had to go down and then up and around.
Yeah.
And yeah, so these are just more of the same, those recessed mausoleums.
And I'll just regroup back here. I could just,
Were you just chilling in there?
thorough sweep.
Which way did they go? I just figured there would be nothing here.
Okay. So, and then you make your way back to that main area.
Yeah.
Also Lulu in tow the entire time. I know I didn't token grab her, but
So when we reach back here, Gantash kind of just does like a pivot. And when everybody gets here, I'll assume Buru will make his way in kind of due time. But I'll say thank you for that. I appreciate that. The question now becomes, do we go up or do we go back to the cemetery and make our way through there? I think the cemetery might be safer.
You're not talking about the cemetery.
I'm talking about back through the font. And not
That's
actually...
safer?
We don't know what's upstairs in High Hall.
So it's safer to die to the thing you know is there than die to the thing that you don't know?
Well, we're not going into the cemetery. We're taking that route and leaving the cemetery. What is closer to the edge, the cemetery or High Hall?
Good
High Hall's
question.
right on the edge. We saw the edge from, like, the edge was like 2 streets over. South of High Hall when we were on the surface. Wasn't it?
I'll confirm for you guys just so you're not
We camped out in a house that was basically right on the edge in that little alleyway. I thought.
There we go. So the Grand Cemetery, is on basically the western edge, but the wall that surrounds the city is still standing there.
I see.
So it is close to the edge. There is a wall there. High Hall itself is on top of a giant hill. That where the river typically flows through the center of the city is basically right there. It's like 2 houses away. And then the back edge of the city, was basically right there as well.
I say we just scout out upstairs. We've been up there recently. It couldn't have got much worse.
Reload application. Fuck.
Well,
I have my owl.
Whatever is up there is infinitely better than what we left behind.
all right.
I'll scout ahead.
I'll scout ahead. 1, 2, 3,
I wanna-
4.
So, okay, before they move closer to me, Phrank, indiscreetly, I wanted to talk to Shield.
Sure.
Gargoth, we've been scouting the catacombs, but to make this quicker, do you sense anything other than you that wants to take the souls of these people? Is there anything dangerous here before we leave?
I wish I were lying, but no.
Alright. I'll let them know.
Thank you, Buru. And it sounds like your conversation went well.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know in detail when the time comes.
Also, before we get super ready to what the fuck, holy laggy rony. I'm just gonna
There's
quickly.
my owl.
I'm gonna just quickly jog back, say that we're leaving, and then come back. Just like a quick one too.
Silas, it was next to you in that room.
Oh, didn't even see it.
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Oh, never mind. I'll just tell this guard. Can you inform
Wait, what?
the rest of the folk that we've left when you have a chance?
Very young looking man. She says, I'll let them know.
Please
Stay
tell
safe
Bowen
up
to
there.
keep his eyes open.
Yep, that's what they're paying me for. He just kind of lets out an awkward chuckle. And he pushes on the lever, opens up the palm of the hand. And you guys make your way up.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Need fiber
Yeah, I do.
and a new microphone.
Did it break?
No,
No, just in general.
I'm just and a new baby. You know.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
Wow. I'm only getting
Yeah,
one of those
Jesus.
things this week.
Which is surprising.
Also, hard,
Wow.
hard chatting shit about Kenneth right now. Very disrespectful.
Actually, I want to just say one thing really quick, just because I think this is a cool, kind of funny thing. I've been pushing for the name Ronan, and Kenneth had his first day of daycare today when we went to go pick him up. I only heard one name. The daycare worker was calling down the hallway. Okay, come on, Ronan. Let's go, Ronan. I was like, that's a sign, baby. Let's go.
Torm, sign from Torm. I'm gonna send my owl through the front curtain just to take a little peek. See.
Okay.
We definitely didn't close it when we came.
We did close it.
We did.
We did. I asked you to.
Oh.
I think I can fly above it because
Yeah.
I flew above it last time.
Yep.
I'm just gonna open it to make that easier and just scout ahead. I don't see anything,
You do not.
so
You can
I'm
see
gonna
through its eyes, right?
yeah. When I send it out. Oh, right now, no. For some reason. Oh, now I can. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
All right. Looks like it's clear. Get the fuck out of here.
That's actually really cool.
What?
That I can just let you see through it, so I don't even have to tell you what you see. That's
Hell
really
yeah.
cool.
Well,
What?
you do because it's lemon.
Yeah, fair.
Does Lemon's bird see anything at the on the top where the organ is?
Oh, me and Gantash stumble on each other
There wasn't
twice.
anything last time. I'm gonna
No,
just...
you don't.
Okay.
Oh.
And does the hand, like, does the guard close it after us? Like, do we notice that the hand kind of?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Just making sure, bro. Just fucking.
It's good.
I'm a worry wart, bro.
Good to check.
Yeah. Hey, I know they've been in the catacombs for like weeks, but I mean, let's just check the corners just in case there's a spooky skeleton.
Well, bro, they didn't. They said they didn't. So
I know, but like, if something was gonna happen, motherfucker.
they could be fucking lurking in the shadows.
No shit.
So which wall, has the edge? Because we were in a courtyard before.
Yeah. So this. Oh,
Sorry, I'm
okay.
gonna just bring you out here so you can see.
Smooth sailing so far. We're not even in Ghost of Saltmarsh yet. Yeah.
So when you walk out that front door, you would find yourself inside the courtyard. You know that there are those there are the turrets that have the staircases in them that bring you up to the top of the wall. And then you can go out the front door, basically the front wall, down the staircase, and then if you basically turned right down the staircase, you would find yourself in the street, which would basically be right beside that dried up river where you see down into the hellscape below.
Oh, on this wall here. Oh, okay.
No, over here.
Yeah, over here. Yeah. Okay.
This wall is in a castle.
Let's go. Yeah. Is everyone going that direction?
Yeah, I'm kind of ignoring everybody and just going.
Okay. Where we stash the corpses, I would like to go there.
The house across the street?
No.
No, the baby face guy and then the two
The
corpses.
house across the street.
Oh, we
That's
did.
across
Oh
the
shit. Oh, we did.
Yeah, I'd like to go there. Yeah.
We start.
Okay.
I'm over here.
I'll go with him. Yeah, I can't. Don't go alone.
Wait, you're going with me?
Yeah, don't go alone.
I want to sneak off.
Oh,
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll fucking perception on that, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna roll stealth.
You're
motherfucker.
with the party. You're
Can
Well,
I please
I'm-
roll to ignore everything that's going on over there?
Yoll just said he was I was, like.
Yes,
I
because
see what you're saying.
Yoll is annoyed because we wasted a bunch of time already, and we obviously have something to do.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna try and sneak off from the party then.
I'm gonna try to stay with the party, so
Yoll hardcore doesn't notice.
I'm gonna
Oh,
keep an eye on everybody, kind of as we're walking.
And he
so-
moves basically straight to the edge.
okay.
taking a leak.
I'm gonna notice but not care.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna notice him. Well, I don't know if I notice. That's the
You want me to
thing.
roll?
Here,
Roll
let's do a little roll off. So go ahead and roll stealth, Silas, and then roll perception, Gantash, which I have a strong
Suck.
feeling that's not going to fly.
That's 13.
Can I roll perception to see whether I give a fuck or not?
Yes.
Please be.
Oh,
in
would
that
you look
one.
at that? I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
You're gonna follow me. You're not even
Yeah.
gonna ask me a question.
Yeah, and be like, well, "Where are you going, Silas?" We
Oh,
have-
okay. I was going to check on the bodies to make sure no one discovered them.
Hey, well, you don't need to go alone. I'll come with you.
God forbid someone finds a dead body in hell.
I'll go with him. Fuck it, bro.
Okay.
All right.
So you make your way back into the house. The streets are, again, as quiet as they're going to be, with the storm raging in the center of the city. And you find the corpses exactly where you left them.
Beautiful. Motherfucker.
What were you hoping to find, Silas?
I mean, I told you before we came in here.
Seems in order to me.
I'm gonna slap you across the face.
Well, everything's fine. Looks like let's go. After you.
Man, once we get to that edge, Once we get to that. Can I inspect the corpses and see, I want to inspect the corpses and see if they have any blood in them. Okay?
They do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be taking blood from one of these things in front of Gantash.
Okay.
What do you need that
And-
for?
I'm gonna ignore everything he says to me.
You're gonna ignore?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh man, I love single player D&D.
It's not a single player.
Silas?
Just a. Yes.
What do you need that for?
It'll come in handy. It's for. I just need it.
Find that a little suspicious. I'd like to find out.
Persuasion at disadvantage. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
would like to see if that, if there's something suspicious about his phrasing.
Well, I just said I need it, which isn't untrue.
I still want to kind of examine your body language as you say that.
The classic, not technically a lie.
Okay. Lemon roll a d20 and Simo roll a.
Can I use his the blessing from Torm on that?
Simo, just roll the one that starts with an I that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Investigation?
No, not. God damn it.
Insight?
Thank you,
Insight.
Jesus.
Well, you often say instead of
Inspection.
investigation, you say inspection, but those
Yes. Anything.
we don't do
starting with I.
insight a lot. We don't do insight a lot.
No, we do not.
That was like the first in like 10 episodes, 20
Well,
episodes.
that's the one thing that's basically up to you guys.
Yeah.
Like I
Mhm.
can't tell you to look for insight.
Are you using the die or no? It's important.
Well, it's not a skill
asked if
check.
I
You can
could.
use-
Yeah, it's not.
You can
I
use
don't-
it on skill checks. He didn't ask you to make a skill check.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, it
think
is a skill.
I was,
It is a skill check. It's a skill
Okay.
check.
Are you using it?
But then he should have mods. Why?
Because
Whatever.
the
Whatever.
reason
I
I'm
don't.
doing it.
I
this
don't care.
way-
I don't care. I
There's
don't
a
care.
reason here. No, because it's gonna come up again.
No, genuinely, I do not care.
No, it's a fucking DM thing. If he's lying, then I'm gonna add his deception. If he's telling the truth, I'm gonna add his persuasion, and explain the results accordingly.
Gotcha.
I'm
Yoll still
gonna-
doesn't care.
I'm keeping this roll.
Okay.
Well, Yoll doesn't know. Yoll doesn't know.
Simo?
No. He saw you sneak off. He just doesn't.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He saw
So
you
I
try to-
rolled 2 more than him.
Uh,
So 11.
okay. Yeah, I mean, he's. What did you say, Lemon?
I said I need it for something.
Yeah,
I'm
he
being very
seems
vague.
really dialed in and like focused on what he's doing, and he seems like genuinely interested in extracting blood meticulously to be utilized for something important.
Like, do I know if I had, like, can I tell based on the check if it's like malicious or if it's like what the intent, or it's not easy to
No,
tell?
I mean it seems in line with, like, it's a little bit off, it's like kind of out there, but it's kind of in line for Silas as far as you're
out
concerned.
there, but this guy's pretty zany, pretty wacko.
Needed for what, Silas?
It's only going to be beneficial for all of us.
Well, with you making it so ominous, I find that difficult to believe. But
I mean,
you do what you gotta do.
the group doesn't always approve of my decisions, even if they're for the greater good. So, keeping you out of the dark on this,
I don't think you're exactly fit to talk and discuss about the greater good, but that's a discussion for another day.
well, it's all about, perception, perspective.
Man, I fucking love you keeping you out of the dark on this one.
I'm looking at the checks and I read perception. Anyways.
Fair enough.
Carry on, Silas. We can't stay long. Do what you need to do. I'm just gonna like stand watch. I'm not really gonna pay attention. Like, just gonna look out the door and make sure that we weren't followed. That nobody's coming over towards the door, but keep a low profile.
Just with one of the empty vials of potion of healing that I had from using one, I'm just gonna fill it up with blood, and then put it in my cloak and all set. Go.
Right. Okay.
It's the old man.
So you guys obviously know which direction Yoll went. He was heading towards the edge, so you guys can head your way over there. Also, if we can get the boat singing us his tune, that would be nice.
Oh shit, where'd it go? Motherfucker.
We'll drag you over. And your owl. So as you guys look down, you can see, so from this angle, you're looking out and you're on a hill, so you can see over the edge. Way on the other side of the city, you see those giant kind of posts that I had described when you guys first arrived. You can see those kind of just towering over the outsides of the city. And when you look down and kind of like you catch a little angle from where you're at, you can actually see that there are chains, giant chains that kind of hang down and connect themselves near the edge of the river. You look the other way and you can see another chain hanging down. Give me a perception check, everybody.
That's a crit.
Oh, yo.
That's a crit.
Okay. Yoll and Gantash, you guys both see that those chains, they're like a black and there's like a red hue to the steel, but primarily they're black steel. And even from this distance, you can see that there are barbs on the chains themselves. You can also see that where they connect at the river, it seems like there's a small gathering of devils that seem to be taking watch over these posts amidst the chaos. Every once in a while, one of them will have to kind of like break off and defend their position as the war just continues to rage on.
So they're guarding like the entrance to these chains, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like a post in the ground that's holding the other end of the chain.
And the chain is just hanging underneath Elturel, or it goes to the ground?
It's connected to the posts that are around the city.
I see.
So there are posts up top and posts below. The posts up top connect it to the city.
And the chains are taut?
No, they actually kind of hang down a little bit. They're not slack necessarily, but you can see there's a little bit of a droop to them, which... Good catch, because from your perspective, things don't seem to be working exactly the way they would in the material plane. It's as though the city is like going up, but the chains are reeling it down.
So again, just to clarify, these chains are kind of up in the air with Elturel.
They're hanging off of it.
Connected to posts stuck inside of the land.
They're holding Elturel down.
Yes.
Pinning it down as opposed to holding it up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And how far, or like, where's the closest post to us from where we can have from our visual?
From your visual, for the most part, it actually looks like on the north and south side there aren't really any. They're primarily planted on the west, just outside of the wall on the west and east side.
So hypothetically speaking, the west post is close to the cemetery, hypothetically speaking.
Correct.
Okay.
One of them, anyways.
One of them. Okay.
Do we see any landmarks from the map?
I'll also point it out to Silas and Buru because they didn't like see that. I'll kind of point it out. I'll be like, chains. Maybe we could use them to get down, so that they have like visual of it.
I don't know which one we're going down, but me and Yoll each should tie ourselves to each other. In this case, I'll tie myself to Gantash. In case you fall, Gantash, I will hold on with all my strength. Or if I fall, you can come down with me.
When Gantash mentions the chains and saying that's a way to get down, Joel just goes in maybe a way to get Elturel back up, and then points out how they are not taut.
Oh, wow.
The city is floating.
It is. It's being held down.
Nice.
So, what's above us?
Just a hole, a giant hole, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It
Well,
is
above us
red.
is not the Traveler, that's a Destiny
It's
thing.
the
but
sphincter.
The one,
The
what's it called?
companion.
The Companion, thank you.
And beyond that is just a red roiling
Oh, I see.
sky.
I see.
Yeah. Like, the city has been has plane shifted, effectively.
I see. Oh, okay.
Has been
Yeah.
torn from a plane.
I asked earlier, do we see any of those landmarks? Like, can we tell where we are on the map?
You personally, from your angle, like you're just standing on the edge of this thing, so you can see kind of down and out a bit. You don't see anything necessarily that matches that, but you also don't have a full view of the landscape,
What's blocking?
the earth beneath you, like what you're standing on.
Yeah, the island.
Like you send your owl out to see, just to look down if you want.
Oh, it's like it like slopes down that way, so I can't see.
No, I think it's a hard drop.
I'd like to ask Lulu if she's willing to do their little floaty thing that she suggested. Is Lulu an animal?
She's a Holophant.
Yeah.
She is the celestial, which was mentioned earlier.
Not a beast, importantly.
Yes. I actually, what's funny, I checked that like 20 minutes ago because I had a feeling you were going to think of that.
Would have been neat.
Yeah. And she just says, yeah, I'll go. It doesn't look like there's too much danger here. and she just floats over the edge.
I
And
send my
just-
bird with her as well.
And she just flies down beneath the city. And you see as she drops off, and you look over the edge, and you can't see her anymore as she just kind of clings to the wall. Your owl makes it to basically the maximum of its range, and it's still kind of caught up in some of the chunks of earth, but it does get a pretty decent scope of the landscape. And just staying kind of right beside Lulu, she goes, oh, I think that's it. Owl, look. And she takes her little stubby hand and just points it out into the distance. And from the perspective of the city, what you see basically northwest is way in the distance. Just this very strangely shaped structure that looks like a hand like this. But like placed on the ground.
So again, you said that's to what direction?
Northwest.
The northwest.
Northwest.
In terms of the city's directions.
For the sake of navigation, can we say that I be-sensed the owl? I was going to, and then we just
That's
sped
fair.
right past any
You were trying to do it
opportunity
to Lulu,
do so.
but
Northwest. So we have to go top left. Potentially.
I don't know.
Find a chain.
I don't think it matters. I think it's
west-
just
west.
down and then figure it out when we get down.
Yeah. I think down is the key.
Well, I can get a stab. Without traveling.
Can you?
I can't.
And how's that, Silas?
Featherfall?
Ooh.
Can you featherfall 5 people at 700 feet?
At 600, yes. And yes, 5 people. We'd have to free fall for 100 feet. For us to not take damage. But we also need a good landing spot.
And how does Featherfall work? Can we change our direction in Featherfall?
I don't think so.
Is there a steering wheel on this thing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll take the chain, thanks.
I mean,
and Lulu kind of looks around as she like flies her way back up. I could push you while you're falling.
we get a good running start, you know, we could run and jump off the, you know.
I would imagine that we would all want to hold each other's hands like a giant flying donut down to the ground. I don't think if we were to do this, we should be detached in any way. It's not a bad idea, however. I think Yoll brings up a good point about the chains. We should at least investigate to see. Maybe we don't even need to go down.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Yoll knows where the structure is because he was seeing through Lulu. But I'll say,
No, I was seeing through the owl.
oh, you're seeing through the owl.
Owl saw the structure. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll just relay that information and say it looks like it's on the northwest end of the city. Eileen, it's towards that direction. Maybe there's a chain over there we can investigate.
And if worst comes to worst, we have a plan B,
Yeet.
which could get us killed.
It's perfectly safe.
Everything we've done since we've got down here could have gotten us killed, Gantash.
It's fair, but imagine going out by plummeting to our
Would be pretty
uneventful death.
foolish.
Yes.
After everything that we've done to get here, would be pretty foolish to just jump off a 700-meter high.
The campaign ends and all of us die to our death. I fall to our death.
Frank's like, I didn't really plan for this.
You ever seen that movie with The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson as cops in the beginning and they jump off?
Yeah. There goes
yeah.
my hero.
And they die. Yeah.
Watch as he goes.
You can trust me. You can trust
Isn't
me.
that 21 Jump Street?
Probably.
No, it's
Maybe.
the other guys.
Oh, yeah, same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very same vibe.
You can trust me.
You haven't shown that to be true.
Ooh.
In what regard?
Spicy.
I've been here the whole time. When have I not helped the party?
He's just thirsty for blood, Yoll.
The band of brothers, you know?
I'm ignoring that.
All right, let's go northwest.
I think everyone in the group has skeletons in the closet.
Mine's a demon. Sorry, mine's a devil.
And a demon.
And a demon.
Some
And
more
two
than
contra-
others, Buru.
Don't worry. I feel good about this one.
How you're still in full possession of your soul, I have no idea. He says, unknowing that you have literally made a deal with the devil.
Just a bunch of haters.
So,
I'll just say to Buru's comment. I don't know if it's you I'm worried about, Buru. I think it's the children.
Oh, I'm worried about the children too. Don't worry.
I'm sure you are.
And I'm just gonna jump off.
I'm gonna tuck Lulu under my armpit like a football and dive off the edge. Lulu puff!
making our way downtown. Walking
Buy
fast.
Lulu like Dumbo.
So you guys are heading out?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, I grabbed Yoll. Okay. So you guys make your way down through the center of the city here. Again, still seems relatively cleaned out.
Can use the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
It's 9:30 anyway, which is the time that I have predetermined is break time because nobody
Okay.
acknowledges breaks. So we're taking a break. Fuck you.
We're back.
Go poop. How you doing?
Sick, brother.
Oh, you're. Oh yeah, you're still sick.
I'm still sick. When I get sick, I stay sick for so long. It's so fucking annoying.
You sound better.
Yeah, I am better. Indeed.
While we're walking there, if nothing happens, I'm gonna. I mean, you'll hear about this in a second, but I'm gonna set my owl up. But Silas wants to talk to Buru.
All right, I will remember that. I'll put myself in a position where you can.
Yeah, well,
Discreetly.
not really. No, it doesn't. Just not next to them, but you know, like
Okay.
they can see what happens. You motherfucker.
I just outrolled you, dog.
I mean, it's not that big of a. I wonder if you know out of character.
I don't.
Don't look it up.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't look anything up.
Interesting. So man, Gantash really thinks I'm up to no good then.
Uh-huh. I don't. Well, you don't know. I'm gonna let the RP speak for itself.
Yeah.
Let the RP speak for itself. I'm gonna let the RP.
Our penis.
Gantash. 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 Squiddly, 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 squoo. I will say drinking a lot of liquid has been very helpful.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Well, I drank a whole kettle, maybe about 1.5 liters of green tea. Now I'm drinking a liter of Pellegrino. So it's been tea more helpful than the Pellegrino, but at least drinking liquid is good. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. What? What did you do? You
Gilbert,
forgot something.
Gilbert Gottfried is dead.
I don't know who that is.
You will know if you hear his voice.
Gilbert.
I'm surprised. I didn't think he was that old.
He's like 60 something.
67.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude, indeed.
Aladdin voice actor?
Yeah, he was
Oh, he was. Oh.
not Zabu.
Iago.
Iago. Thank you.
Oh.
Damn, bro.
That's some music.
Neat.
Das ist fantastisch.
Das?
You say that in Russian?
That was German. I think.
No, I said, can you say that in Russian? Say that is fantastic.
I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
know
you
what,
can't?
I don't know what fantastic is. It's it'll probably be like Atlichna. That's probably the Atlichna is like, oh, that was amazing. You know, it's probably the same. Same bit.
Frank, while we're walking, you were about to explain, but I'd like to keep my owl, above us on the lookout about where we're headed, being a
Okay.
scout.
Yes, sir.
I think we're all back.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So you guys are making your way along. If whoever's in the lead, if you could just go ahead and lead forward. Now, Yoll, I don't know if, because the owl's going to be overhead, I don't know if you can watch through its eyes and move.
I will not.
Like, okay. Okay. So whoever's in the lead, feel free to just follow the path that you would like to follow.
Who's going first?
Yes. I'll go first
Ouch.
because I have the owl.
I wanna pull back and talk to Buru.
Sure. So I will say, as with the owl overhead, you are able to make out, just as you move along, you're able to keep a pretty good eye out for the different patrols that are happening. You can see different groups of spine devils, bearded devils, just little packs of them, some with imps flying overhead, just making their way throughout the streets. But because you've got the owl overhead, I'll say that you're actually able to make your way pretty much cleanly for basically the entire journey. Just by kind of pausing, waiting things out, waiting for them to pass, getting through clean streets. The owl's basically going to scope out everything as you move.
Okay.
So do you want to maybe move us as a party clump while they do their thing?
Yep.
If you're
so-
saying that we get effectively a free pass.
Yeah, you basically do with the scouting.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Dash wanted to talk to Buru.
Yeah.
Yep.
Buru.
Um,
oh.
Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead,
sorry.
Silas. No,
Sorry,
go ahead,
so-
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I would also like to talk to Buru on the way there. Buru's hot shit.
I called dibs, bro.
Yeah,
I
I'm sorry.
called it early.
I don't want to talk to Buru.
I start gnawing on the thumb. I'm just kidding.
Buru, this journey, this adventure that we've been thrown into, I don't feel like I know a lot about your past. I don't feel I know a lot about your intentions with Elturel. What were you doing before we all came to be?
No, I need to make sure I get it right because I have it in my thing.
That's okay. Take your time.
I was given one task, and one I inherited. Ultimately, coming from my past, being a slave, having no family, surviving the desolate beasts of Schult, escaping with the family, then shipwrecking to Faerun. Then family grew. I was adopted by a person named Grimjaw Splendor. As he has passed away in the past, and I was told to seek out his brother in Elturel, who I have no clue what he looks like. I would assume maybe just like him. But upon the death of Grimjaw, I have taken over the orphanage. And I seek wealth. I seek wealth to give a better life to those who need it most.
And this orphanage is where? Here in Elturel?
It is quite a ways away from Elturel, seeking adventure, you know. Elturel seemed like the best place to go, and knowing that I had to go there to seek out the brother of my father, or my adopted father, it made sense to come to Elturel. But of course, with all that commotion going on and the hysteria, I went to Baldur's Gate instead.
Hmm. What race is Grimjaw?
He is human.
Human.
We escaped the poor life of Schult.
Hmm. And it seems that your burden just continues to increase. The thumb, then the shield. Seems like you carry a lot.
Being an orphan and not being around the likes of gods and devils, I fear more of beasts. The thought of religion and sentient beings does not cross my mind. But this adventure has definitely changed my mind to things that are lurking around. Not just beasts, but horrible and haunting things, of course. It has definitely changed my mind, and unfortunately I've caught myself in a web and forces I cannot fathom. But we keep moving forward. I have those who depend on me back home.
When you speak of forces, I'd imagine the most glaring force you speak of is... And I'll try to maybe say this under a hushed voice, you know, I don't know if the others are listening, but if they are, I want to try to keep my volume down when I say this, and I'll say, your deal with Zariel.
Given that I've explained, I had no clue who she was. All I saw was this creature in front of us, this old lady, once an old lady, with spines coming out of her, chains coming out of her. I knew she had to die. Beast or not, she was clearly evil. And of course, what happened has caught me off guard, and I seek to break that contract. And I will find a way. Whether it costs me my life or not. Even if it takes another evil or a lesser evil to defeat a greater evil. And unfortunately, the one bound to me now knows my weaknesses. But a deal has been struck, and I'm confident with this one.
Can I tell if he's, when he says that he wants to break the contract, can I tell if he's lying?
Cap?
Yeah.
Roll an insight check, and Trieu roll a d20.
Fuck. That's tied. 14-14.
Yeah, I mean, he seems sincere. His words have just kind of been flowing naturally. Nothing really off about his pace.
I believe you, Buru. I think initially I didn't.
Well, since you have opened up the wound, you shall help me heal it by helping me find a way to break the contract. And if it means killing Zariel, then so be it. I will die trying to do it.
I'll be right by your side, as unfortunately my fate is bound to her, not of my own accord. The Resolute Krieg made everyone sign. Really just put everyone in peril. So I am on the same quest as you. I just didn't know what your intentions were when we defeated Thalmara. I was concerned.
It was a confusing time for me to understand that the devils were real and the good gods actually shine down in some way, as I see through you, as Torm has been shedding his light on you.
I appreciate that, as that's all I can ask for, that others can see the Torm through me. But I'll leave you with this, Buru. I believe you, and I believe your intentions are good. But I will do whatever I can if I see you falter from your ways. Make sure that you do not complete your contract with Zariel. And I won't speak of this with the others either. They don't need to know if you're on the path to redemption.
I do mind you. I may do things that I may not want to do in order to gain the trust of one. And that is what I would leave with you.
As long as no innocent lives are shed.
Probably just demons.
And we'll just walk on. Your mic is stinky poo poo. Oh, your aquarium?
Ugh.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Good,
You're good.
Okay. So as you guys make your way down and that conversation takes place, you find your way towards the edge of the city, which there is a gate. And when you make your way out of the gate, you get a little look-see at. You guys can creep up to the edge here. Now the flame is part of the map that you're looking at, but it's not actually part of the actual gameplay. So
these are the posts. Sorry, when you were saying posts, I had no idea what you were talking about. I was just like, okay, I'll just have to figure it out as we go.
it's like a giant iron post that's like 50 feet tall, with a
Your mic, I think, again.
With a
With a chult.
someone say chill.
chain.
What we're hearing is literally what's happening in Frank's mic.
There we go. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You're good. Okay, yeah, giant 50-foot tall post with a chain linking off of it. And as you get closer to the chain, you realize just how big these links are. They're about 10 feet across, and they are about 5 feet wide. So 10 feet long per link and about 5 feet wide. And there are, in fact, about half a foot long barbs that protrude from the metal itself, just in various areas. but they're pretty constant. Like each link has about 6 of them, 6 barbs just randomly coming off of it.
And is this guarded? I think you said it was.
Up top, it is not, but when you look down, you can see, even from this distance, there is movement just happening at the bottom of the chain.
Like, just like, not like a war at the end of the chain, just like a few
Guards.
Yeah.
But there is still like a war raging on, basically a good distance outwards from it.
Yeah. Can I like have a look at the chain connected to the post? Like I want to see, I want to try to understand what it would take to remove it, I guess. Just want to like see how it's kind of connected and have a look-see.
Sure. So let me just make sure I've got this right here.
10-foot metal chain like
Yeah, they're
on a metal 50-foot post.
I just want to look at it, you know?
Yeah. So the
I don't know what's wrong with looking at it.
So the post itself is kind of in like it's like a triangle that's been planted inside the earth, and the chain basically goes through this, 2-foot wide hole that's been drilled into the center of the post. The steel itself looks to be some sort of infernal forged link. On closer inspection, you can see that there is some sort of like, almost like an oil coating the steel itself.
Can I like just very carefully with my finger, grab a little bit of the oil and kind of feel its substance?
Yes, you can. Give me a
Constitution saving throw.
Give me an athletics check to see if you slip.
It's on the chain.
give me an Arcana check.
Hey. That's 16.
A 16. So this is definitely some sort of magical coating that was put onto these chains that not only seems to be, I guess, keeping them in good like standing, like it's not like rusting or anything like that. It's some sort of protective coating, but it's also a little bit like it makes your skin feel a little bit sensitive as you rub it in your fingers.
This oil is magical in nature. Not like the oil that we see the blacksmiths use on the mortal plane. I can't quite describe it. But it has some magical properties to it.
Gantash. We're on a floating rock.
We all.
Not the first magical thing we've come across, and it shan't be the last.
I know, but it's good to know
I'd
these
encourage you to
things.
Stop being surprised by these things pretty shortly.
I'm just sharing my information.
Is there any like place that isn't occupied by enemies that could be a safe landing area?
Yeah, so basically from like a lot of the war seems to be raging near the river, which the river itself is not nearly as wide as like Elturel is. And so while the war does rage on over a massive, like seemingly endless area, it is pretty well centered around the river, which, as I mentioned before, Elturel itself is chained straight down towards the river banks. And so essentially the farther you get out from Elturel, the farther you get from the war. You can see very clearly there's like a vast expanse, and even as you look over this edge now, you can clearly see that same hand. There's many mountains and hills, but the war seems to be pretty much localized towards the length of the river.
Okay. Well, are we going to do this thing?
I don't think we have much choice.
Do you trust me, Gantash?
Trust you for what? We haven't decided exactly how we're getting down.
Well, I don't think we can go down these chains. It'll take forever.
Would you rather forever or chance at death very quickly?
At least it will be quick and painless.
Would you rather land
it's not gonna
safely
happen.
in an hour or land dead right now?
I don't have many years left, Silas, but I intend to hold on to them.
Before we all decide on like jumping, if we will, like I'm getting the spell right. Like I could cast it at 300 feet and we'd all be fine.
Yeah, you could cast it at 600 feet and you would get down there. The spell would end basically exactly as you were hitting the ground. So you can, the way the spell works, you can fall 600 feet.
So there's 100% certainty nothing bad will happen.
There's not 100% certainty in anything.
Why don't we take the chains down to a certain height?
That sounds like a better idea.
No, I can just cast it as we get closer to the ground. You gotta trust.
We take the chains.
It's a trust fall.
I think
Oh
it's
my god.
vastly different than a trust fall. Silas.
Dude, if Lemon had any chance to fucking just
any one of
kill
you?
everyone, this is the chance.
Can you imagine?
I think we
Feather falls and flexes.
take the chain down and then cast it at a certain level.
Oh, I'm not going down the chain. Come on.
Well, then I'll see you at the bottom. Good luck with your feather fall. I value my years, Silas. I know.
I'm not gonna kill you, old man.
I looked to Buru and Yoll. Tell me I'm not crazy. Please, someone.
You're not crazy.
You're not crazy.
See, Silas?
So you would rather scale this thing 700 feet down?
100.
And
then-
that's vertical, by the way. This chain is sloped. That's more than 700 feet.
Well, I was suggesting 100 and then feather fall down.
I can just cast it as we fall 100
As
feet.
we plummet to our untimely deaths, you can just fix it.
I'm gonna look at Buru. I'm gonna
We'll
be
hold
like,
each other's hands.
and I'm gonna
you know?
say, "Tie me up, Buru.
You can hold on to me.
I'm not
You
gonna
can tie me up.
I'm not gonna continue to debate in circles. I am only comfortable with climbing down 100 feet and then feather falling. I am not diving off into the infernal abyss of Avernus and trusting you to cast on time and to be prepared. You are gonna put 4 lives at risk of the people potentially saving Elturel. If we die, no one is coming to save Elturel.
Tie me to Yoll or Buru, so I will die if I don't cast it.
Buru, let's get ready to climb. Tie me up.
Without hesitation, I'm gonna tie myself and
Yo, come on,
tie
man.
myself to Gantash.
You don't trust me?
Who wants to roll a d20 real quick for me?
I will. Oh, okay.
That
Oh,
was
the
my
owl did. Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I was selecting my owl.
You guys are okay. You can carry on.
Before we go down there, can I look for the flying machine that Gideon told me about?
Oh God. We all know about the fucking flying machine.
No,
Oh.
the other one.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. So you scan kind of the sky in front of you. I mean, you don't see anything. You just see the roiling red sky and the landscape below.
All right, Gantash, after you. Crazy old man.
I don't know why you're so.
How do you think I'm gonna kill you?
Why are you only looking at me? The others have
I'm not
agreed
afraid
with
you're gonna
me.
kill me. I'm afraid that you're not gonna let me stay dead.
The others have agreed with me.
Oh, that was a good line.
I don't know why I'm isolated here, Silas.
Do you?
It's 3 against 1, and yet
You're the one
I'm gonna
speaking
pull
up.
some rope out of my bag and tie it around my waist and just huck it at Silas. If he wants it, he can have it.
Wait.
And then I'm gonna
Oh.
start walking towards the chain.
All right. Do you guys know how like chain is hooked together? Like, how are we gonna scale this? No.
It's a fucking ladder, you dumbass.
What do you mean ladder?
It's links.
Yeah, but it's like this.
It,
You know?
Yes.
How do you scale
put
that?
your foot in it.
It's 10 feet. It's 10 by 10 feet.
Okay.
By-
5 by 10.
5 by 10 feet.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Silas.
I don't know.
I'm not
Let's do
fucking
this.
trust falling with you.
I don't need the rope.
I didn't come to
I'm
Avernus to fucking skydive.
Well, we're going to at 100 less feet.
Exactly, Silas. You understand the plan now.
I'm waiting for you guys to go down. I'll follow you.
I'm just waiting for
Anybody
Buru
have-
to tie me up.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
Buru.
have a scroll of sending or something? I need track score to get me out of here.
No, but I can banish you. You might end up back at the mortal plane.
I didn't say no to that. I think that's only temporary. Unless I'm from the abyss. And then it's permanent. But I think otherwise it's only a minute.
Oh, I don't. I'm reading it. You don't come back, homie.
Great.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you were loud.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so give me the current layout.
I'm gonna gain down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Gantash is going first on the oily chains.
Is that?
I'm waiting for Buru to tie me
100
up,
feet.
bro.
It's good.
I don't know.
Bro, you guys, I'm not getting tied up with you. You guys are gonna slip and fall.
Fuck, I'll go first. Jesus Christ, I'll go first. Holy shit.
I just don't know if you
just
need to.
canon in this. Thank you very much, though. Carrying on. Sorry, I'm being a dick.
I just don't know if
Oh,
you.
great. That makes 6 of us.
I just don't know if you need, to roll anything on the tightness of the rope that either of us make. Or
No, you guys are not in like it's not a major rush, so
Okay,
he's able to get it on there.
okay.
Okay, so Gantash is tied to Buru.
Yep.
Yoll is tied to a dangly rope, or is
And I'll wrap around Lulu, I guess.
okay. Silas, you're not taking the rope.
No.
Okay. So you begin your descent into Avernus. Yoll is in the lead with who's behind him?
I think Buru.
Buru.
I'm in last.
And then I'm behind
And-
Buru.
You are in last. Okay. Perfect. As you make your way down, the first link, you realize that basically once you're kind of making your way down, that oil that's coating is making it slightly more treacherous than you may have originally imagined. So you get a feel for it though. You kind of before you like hop on and start making your way down, you start trying to figure out how to get a good grip, and those barbs that come out of the chain actually it can kind of serve a little bit like a ladder down certain parts of the link, though they're not consistent where they're placed, so it's not great. I imagine you're doing this relatively carefully, or are you guys trying to rush your way down?
Careful.
Going extremely slowly.
Okay. Also, yeah, okay, never mind. So you're able to start climbing your way down. So after about the first minute, as you're making your way down, you get down a couple of links. So I'll say you get down about you make your way down about 80 feet in the first minute. I need everyone to make a DC, or sorry, I'm not going to say that. A Constitution saving throw, as your prolonged contact with this infernal iron starts to kind of wear down the skin and the flesh on your fingers and your arms that are in contact with it. It's everybody's roll. What did Buru roll?
Sorry, you said Constitution?
Con save, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy.
Ooh, okay.
Gets 1
Okay.
HP back. It actually moisturizes his skin.
Cheers to psoriasis.
So you guys are able to kind of like, pull your hands off and like start finding a better rhythm, but you all do take 3 necrotic damage. As it is
Spit
just
in the direction of 3 damage.
What's that?
I spit in the direction of 3 damage.
I don't.
And you are kind of able to shake it off, though you can't exactly fight the need to still continue to climb your way down. So as much as it burns, you still carry on, I would imagine. Yes?
Carry on to 100 feet.
Carry
Okay.
on my wayward son.
Wait, 200? Oh, okay.
So you continue making your way down, and I'll say that you make it another 50 feet before you start to feel that same kind of burning come back as you're using different parts of your hands and your arms, but it starts wearing away at that as well.
Can I
Well,
use
hold on.
prestidigitation on my hands?
You certainly can do that.
I want to do that.
Well,
So I
hold
don't
on.
take damage.
You said we went 80 feet, and then you're saying we're going to take damage at 50 feet, but we're stopping at 100 feet.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying like you start feeling it again, but it's not happening yet. You start feeling that like it's starting to wear on you again at another 50 feet down. Silas, you cast your prestidigitation as you move along, and the oil still remains. And you realize that even that it's not actually the oil doing it. It's actually just being in contact with the iron that is actually doing this damage to you.
Man, Phrank wants us to jump off.
This was a good idea.
I don't want anything. I'm reading a page.
We're almost there, Silas.
But yeah, at another 50 feet down, you guys start feeling that same kind of rush of kind of pain about to surge.
I think we're at 100.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, you're past it.
I think-
You're just a little bit past it.
think here's a good spot.
What's the range?
That might have
Just
been a good thing to check before we started climbing down abyssal chains.
It's within 60 feet of me. Hey, the chains were my idea. We're all together at the top, okay?
Chain's your idea?
Chains is.
Are we
I
playing the same
guess.
game?
Guess we're jumping.
Yes.
No,
yes.
you're
Unless there's any
casting the fucking
objections.
spell.
Yeah, that's gonna come first, Silas.
The problem was not with the spell. It was that you wanted to jump before the spell.
That's because you think I'd kill you.
Cast the fucking spell, Silas.
The
You
fact
cast
that
the spell.
the fact that you are laughing at my potential death does concern me a little bit, Silas.
As you're arguing,
I'm gonna.
point contact with the infernal iron surges pain into your your flesh again. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a crit.
Okay.
Oh, only 10.
Where's this?
Buru crit,
Buru?
and he didn't really get much.
Buru?
I mean, I hit a
You took all
20.
the same amount of damage as the rest of them.
Yeah,
Boy.
Buru crit.
Another one, another one, another one, another one. Nope.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, it is a crit.
So everybody takes 3 necrotic damage, except Buru, you take 6.
Fuck.
So
Okay,
as
right.
you're all talking to each other, kind of bickering a little bit on these chains, just it's almost like it almost feels like the chains like light up with heat, though that's not actually what's happening.
I'm gonna jump off and cast a spell on everybody.
Okay. Okay. Can you go ahead and link it just so I can see it?
Do not understand your resistance to just casting the spell before we jump off.
I did. I did. You didn't jump off yet. Gotta live a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So you guys feel this kind of lightness come over you as
60 feet
Silas-
per round is still pretty fucking fast, actually.
But if you read the rest of it, it's pretty good.
No, I understand, but like I'm just thinking like 60 feet per round is like 10 feet per second.
Yes. I
That's
know.
very fast.
It's very fast. Not as fast as Usain Bolt, though.
I look down at Buru. Have you already?
I'm ready.
Lead the way. I'll try to time his detachment so that I'm not just yanked off the fucking chain.
in unison.
Yeah,
I
I'll just-
assume Lulu is just like floating down next to me.
Yes. She's just been flying alongside you the whole
Great.
time.
Great. I do have a rope wrapped around her.
So
Safety
He-
blanket.
he casted this successfully.
Oh, yeah.
there-
You
I
you
don't
guys
think
all
there's
feel it.
there's no like check for it. It's just an effect.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to yeah, just get... All right. Jump off.
And I'll try to time his jump so that I don't get yanked, so that I kind of jump.
I'm not
in
going to
unison.
jump off, but I will step off. Jumping seems unnecessary.
Okay.
Bombastic, even.
That word's banned in my campaign now.
I'm gonna fall backwards and get the middle finger.
Bombastic.
That's not true. It's encouraged. Come on. All right. Okay, so Yoll does a cool little step off thing, and he just begins to fall at 10 feet per second. And you all do, except Gantash, who unfortunately Silas intentionally did not. I'm just joking. That's not true. You guys all fall at the same rate.
If I was gonna die, I would,
He's
you know,
tied to Buru, so if Buru is going, then so is Gantash.
You
Um,
motherfucker.
By the way, if you guys kept talking any longer than you did, Buru and Gantash, I was gonna have you fall a little bit faster at the end of it because this is like the maximum duration of the spell is 600 feet. So you guys,
I went first.
well, Lemon went first, but yeah, basically. Okay, so you guys fall, and on your way down, you kind of realize that there is still a little bit of a war raging on, but as you go down, Lulu just kind of darts around first to Silas, pushes him forward, carrying his momentum forward, and he falls kind of on a more broad angle forward, and she flies around to each of you, kind of doing the same thing, pushing you forward. And you fall away from the city, and as you look back, just the lightning still continues to arc over, and you get a much better view of the landscape. It looks arid and dry, almost like a desert. And as you look back at the kind of war that's raging on, one particular figure stands out. It is a massive, massive looking devil. And for those of you who have seen or studied anything infernal or seen an image of a pit fiend, you realize that there is a pit fiend in the middle of a massive grouping of devils that is sweeping across the battlefield. And you can see, not too far off, it's wearing this massive helm that covers its eyes. It's a black iron helm that covers its horns and covers its eyes entirely, and it's holding a massive staff. You see, as it moves its hand, this swarm of devils sweeps almost in perfect unison, synchronized across the battlefield, as though she's waving and controlling. As the pit fiend is waving and controlling the.
I want to whisper to Gargoth. Girlfriend? Question mark.
In another life. She does look good, though.
Oh no, horny Gargoth.
But you guys are actually able to, with this kind of little strategy here, make your way across into and land in a cleared out zone. You also see that you're moving roughly in the direction of that kind of hand-looking structure off in the distance. And you make your way to the ground. You land softly with your feather fall. And you now find yourself on the very warm, very dusty and dry surface of Avernus.
See, Silas.
So you could say we have successfully
Fallen into Avernus, that's right.
Descended.
You have descended to Avernus. And that's the campaign, guys. I hope you like that.
And that's where we're ending the session.
See, Silas, it all worked out.
As I untie myself from Buru and just hand back the rope.
I mean, I think you owe me you owe us a healing spell.
Oh? That's a strong word, Silas.
Alright, got it. You like to cause pain. Gotcha.
What are you fucking bitching about now?
Listen, Silas, if you're a little concerned about your oily boo-boo, you can drink a potion if you'd like.
No, it's okay. The oil is on your hands. It's like the blood. No? I'm just joking, by the way.
This bit sucks.
Right. I
Are we
imagine
gonna be put on the map, or?
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, that's.
I mean, if the answer is no, that's fine.
Yeah.
No. That's. I mean, the map that. Yeah, you're right. I should put you on a different map.
My ability to visualize a plan requires me to be able to visualize a plan, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
All I know is that we're going northwest. Or as Lemon calls it, top left.
Can you?
Top left.
I don't know if you're gonna do this, Frank. Like, if we know exactly where we are, but can you put our characters where we are? I know that we might not know exactly where we are because that would be kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, what's the distance scale of this here, Mapperoo?
So that is what you were explicitly warned about.
Oh, that's the thing that's always morphing and stuff. The scale.
Yes.
This thing?
Consistent.
No. Like
So the landmarks will stay the same, but the distance between them just seems to have a mind of its own.
And so is that the traveling distance or the visual distance or
Oh, I see what you're saying.
like I'm asking specifically for visual purposes based on my
Oh, for this journey explicitly?
yeah.
Yeah, so you guys basically positioned here. You see the kind of hand-looking thing in this direction here. I mean, basically, it's, from your perspective, maybe 4 kilometers that way.
I don't see the hand on the map, but
Yeah.
I know. But it's here. This is where you're going.
I don't know. That's why I said I don't.
Oh boy.
I guess nothing to do but to march.
Well, to the top left.
And kind of as we're walking, I want to ask Lulu, what do you think we can expect to find at this hand? Is it abandoned? Is there a demon guarding it? What is there?
Well, there's those 2 birds.
Oh,
And that crazy lady I told you about.
crazy lady. Are the birds?
Gotta be honest, Lulu, I don't remember that either.
She might have just told Buru, to be honest with you.
The birds? Nope.
No,
The birds.
Ravengard said. Ravengard said.
Mentioned.
This,
But she said something about there being a lady. That's pretty crazy. I believe she said that specifically to you, though, Buru. Nobody else. But she's still saying it out loud to everybody else. Like, there's the crazy lady I was telling you guys about.
Do you draw on this map?
He
What is
did.
this purple thing?
he draw.
Well,
he
you said
drew
there
it.
was a Jira immersion to stay in.
Literally all I got, someone that can give us more answers. She is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I guess.
That's it. There's nothing about birds or whatever.
Well, Ravengard.
Yeah, Ravengard
it's
said the birds.
Ravens.
And just a clarification question. This isn't a scab, right? This isn't a giant scab that's engulfed in a structure.
Where are you looking?
No, I mean this hand that we're going to. It's not a scab that's engulfed in a structure, right?
We're gonna go peel it.
No. You
That
can
would
see
be
it's like-
nice.
It's like a piece
Would
together structure mixed with like a mountain. Like it's like the geography of the land plus like some components that from a distance look like maybe man-made, just pieced together.
Could cut a trip pretty short. Walk into the scab, pull
Yeah.
out the sword. Use them to cut the chains. Elturel floats back to the material plane. Job done.
Well, not for me, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I still need to speak with Zariel, as dangerous as that is. I'm sure some of us do. But
I know.
Lulu, these individuals, are they hostile? Or just crazy?
Well, I think everyone down here has the potential to be hostile, but I don't really get as bad of a vibe from birds in kind of the crazy lady as I would from like basically everything else that we've seen.
Hmm. Do you know any of their names by chance, or are they just figures in your memory?
Not really, but I remember they had black feathers and long beaks, but they stood on 2 feet and they walked. So that's all I got.
They Kenku?
And she like kind of looks at Kenku. Yeah, that sounds right.
I look back at you and what is a Kenku doing in Avernus? Strange place for a bird to be.
Strange place for a Kenku to be, certainly. Well, be on your guard. No choice but to go forward, right?
Oh, that reminds me. Be on your guard. Raven God alluded to the fact that Almara and Krieg are down here as well. So, we may bump into some old friends. And I think some of them may not be particularly happy with you, Silas.
Yeah. He deserved what he got.
He did. Just be ready.
To do it again.
Kill him once. I'm gonna take a vial out of my cloak and drink it. It's funny because it's in a healing potion thing.
Vial
Sure.
of what?
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Anybody else startled by the fact that he said, I'm going to just take a vial, not
I
a
just said that
healing
because
potion?
Gantash saw
Because
me
you're a fucking
fill
freak?
a vial of blood, and healing is red as well. So keep him guessing, you know.
Freak.
I pay no attention to your drinking. I'm just. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Honor the scout's
Oh, we're
code.
walking. We are walking.
I told Frank we were.
I'm sorry. Did you want to wait for a carry?
No, no one was moving. You know, we were just.
Well,
sitting here.
I just figured Frank would move us when we've.
I mean, okay, yeah, I would like to go over here to this big mouth thing over here. Okay, now I'm over here. What are we doing over here, Frank?
In there,
You're dead.
roll a survival check. Okay,
Don't
so
tempt me.
as you make your way across this arid land, there are a few things that happen on your journey. The first of which is, you're going over kind of rolling hills, and as you crest one of the first hills, you can see off in the distance what originally you thought from way up high was just another kind of lake feature of Avernus, and you realize as you're on the ground and you're getting closer, it is actually a moving mass of several thousands of this fairly large creature. It is from this distance, I won't make you roll a perception check, but from this distance, with the owl, with the observant feat, and with Yoll's ability to see through the owl and the high perception checks, you can see that they're all moving kind of in unison, seemingly aimlessly, just slowly moving their way across the land. Their eyes are all sewn shut, Their mouths are all sewn shut, and they just groan, and you can actually hear them in the distance, and you feel the ground beneath your feet vibrating with their groans, but they don't seem to pay any attention to you or notice you.
I think just avoid that, whatever that is.
They're in agony.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what they look like.
Holy shit.
I'm glad Ethan's not here.
Holy. And I'm assuming there's stuff coming out of them that's in the picture, like little, looks, I don't know, like bees or some
No,
shit.
I think that's just an artistic kind of flair. But no, there's just them.
Yeah, each of them has their own individual swarm of bees.
Bees in Avernus. I wonder if there's honey down here.
Welcome to Hellbees. All right. So that is kind of the first thing that you guys take notice of. If nobody's doing anything about that, you make your way across the land, and you realize that in all the time that you've been down here, the sky doesn't seem to really change much. Like the amount of light that seeps through the sky and that's available to you hasn't really changed. There doesn't seem to really be a pattern of night or day. And you can't help but just feel this constant slight inkling of like a minor form of dread that kind of fills your brain as you just make your way across the land. Though you do make your way across eventually, and you find yourself, we'll call it about 200 feet. Sorry, my mic muted. From Fort Knucklebone. And what you see is basically this, like these wall structures that surround the outside of the this structure that was built up to be like a hand that sits in the middle of this like fort area, and the walls are basically built with like trash as far as you can tell. There are turrets that surround it that have these giant spiked trebuchets on top of them, also seemingly made from junk. And on top of the two turrets that are at the front gate, also totally just made of trash, are these 3 on one turret, 3 on the other. These seemingly gnome-like creatures, each wearing a red flowing cap that reaches down to their butts.
Can I,
Is it like a garb? Like a recognizable garb?
The hats?
Like of what they're wearing, is it like of a clan I know of or a race I know of?
Give me a history check. What do we got here? An 8? No, nothing particular about the hats. Just seems like they're, collectively choosing their outfits today.
Before we make it to Fort Knucklebone, can I just keep a lookout and see if we're being trailed through the trek?
Yeah, give me a perception check. And if there's anything to do with that feat you've got, feel free to.
I promise you I'm not,
You've been just critting.
yeah. I'm not, killing a big drow spider right now.
Lord,
that-
here we come.
Not only do you get a pretty good view of the landscape, you feel pretty assured in yourself that nothing's really paying much attention to you.
Yeah, it's just good.
Okay. So what would you guys like to do? You guys just want to approach the gate?
Do they notice us just standing in the middle of the like?
Well, no, that's I put you far enough away that you could choose what you wanted to do before you
Okay.
make your way up.
I look to Lulu. Have you seen creatures on the structure before?
I really think so, but I don't remember what they do, or I don't think I've really talked to them, maybe?
Were you inside the structure?
Yeah, I've been here before.
I'm gonna talk to Gargoth in my head.
Okay.
And ask him, what does he know about Fort Knucklebone? And given my condition, will I die there?
He just kind of laughs in your head and just goes, of all the places you would go first, so much to Avernus. And you choose the place where the miscreants roam freely.
You know, Gargoth, if I go there and die, that's the effort.
Well, we aren't bound yet.
But you should know I want to be. I'm taking my precautions for us.
Until we have that contract in place, you could just run or betray me.
I am not a fool. Neither are you. Given the condition I have is the reason why I asked you. You can literally feel me. Is
Oh,
it
I feel you.
hostile? These miscreants you speak of, are they hostile? These two birds, this crazy lady of some sort. You were once the ruler of this plane. Surely you could give me something.
No, I don't think so.
I've never ruled this plane. And I don't know anything about these runts that spend their time here. I'm a pit fiend. I keep much better company than this.
Okay. Just gonna hum to myself. Nothing going on.
Yeah, get fucking got.
Worth a try.
I do not think it our destiny to die in Knuckletown.
Well, why are we headed here then?
I think it means they won't kill us.
Actually, I didn't really no. Yeah. I would. He says they roam free. So that
Miscreants
probably
roam free, as in it's a free place for miscreants to roam. What then is a miscreant?
everything here is usually controlled by something. So I think I would bet 70% it's safe to go there.
I think that's an assumption that everything is controlled.
Well, of course, it's an assumption. Oh,
Not that everything is controlled, but everything serves something.
Yeah, that's probably worded better.
and if they're free, sure, they could fuck us up.
They're not serving Zariel.
Yeah,
Ooh.
or anything.
We don't know that.
No. Only you and me speak infernal. It should be one of us to go up to the gate.
I think we just all go.
I'd like to say one of the sentences that Gantash spoke into my brain while I was trying to convince those devils on the bridge that I was the devil.
I think we all go now, or those flamboyant things with bees around them will get us. We must act quickly.
There was no peace.
I don't know what the heck they were.
Flamboyant with bees?
Use the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
Where does flamboyance come from?
It doesn't matter. You know what I'm getting at. I'm not gonna say the F word.
How close are we to Fort Knucklebones?
200 feet.
200 feet.
200 feet.
You've got basically the reason you're not just getting spotted outright is because with the rolling hills, you're basically behind like a crest, I'll call it. So you're able to kind of spot out, see what's over there, and you're not directly in front of the gate. Like you're at an angle.
Henceforth known as Knuckletown.
Knuckle boys. Well, there's only one way to find out. We should all grow together as a group.
I don't think we have any other choice. And Gantash will just begin to march. Staff in one hand, shield in the other, just dip one foot in front of the other. Dip.
So you just walk up the gate?
Yeah. Oh, there's a little map.
Wait, there's a map for
Oh,
Knucklebone? Oh,
baby.
my God. It's almost like you meant for us to come here. By literally and figuratively pointing in this direction.
Fort Knucklebone.
Let me know when the map loads.
Holy Jesus, this is some fucking
Eggsy.
like
Okay.
some Warcraft one shit, dude. Jesus.
Yes, straight up. Their siege towers are going to start shooting us pretty soon. Don't let them get the peons to the burrow.
Okay, so as you guys
It's kind of as I
As you-
approach, I'll just like wave over. Like I'll wave, kind of just stick my hand out. Like, don't shoot.
Okay. So as you guys approach, you get a much better view of these creatures here. Everybody can roll me a give me a nature check. All right. Okay. So Silas, you from this distance, you take a look, and while they look like gnomes, there's definitely something off about them. And you kind of right away notice the similar kind of stance that they're taking, their kind of mannerisms, the way they're moving, the way they look, the way their skin looks. These are creatures from the Fae. And as you walk up, one of them kind of pokes their head out and just goes, "Hey, what's the password? Nobody gets in without the password."
I'll just kind of like with my hand out, just like kind of in my peripheral vision, look over to Lulu with kind of like a nodding gaze, hoping that she knows what the password is.
And she just kind of like shrugs her shoulders up her back.
Can I take out... Sorry, were you going to do something, Simo?
No, go ahead.
Can I take out one of the azimuths that I got and just hold it up?
Amethysts?
Amethyst.
Azimuths?
I can't English well, so...
It's a lemon trait. It's like, you know, for every word he says, one comes out wrong. I was like, for every 5 words, one comes out wrong.
That is a good point.
Persuasion -2.
That's one of my features. Yeah.
Charisma -2. He's at 8 charisma.
So the one that was talking to you, this one here, just jumps down and kind of clambers down all the junk jutting out from the wall and runs up to you, and he like looks at it and holds out his hand. These like gnarled, just dirty, filthy nails.
I'm gonna drop it in his hand.
He goes, "There isn't a password," and he runs back up the wall. And then the rest of them all just kind of laugh in unison. And then the one just starts turning a crank on the opposite side and just rolls the gate open.
That's awesome.
Now that we're closer, I'm noticing that these characters.
I'm laughing with them.
I'm laughing too.
I noticed on these like tokens that they have this like blue insignia. Now that we're closer and that he ran up, do I recognize the blue insignia on?
So that, like, I'll say that's just the token, but basically the pin there is like a pin there holding it on, but each one of them just has like it's a different piece of scrap metal that's on there.
I see.
There isn't a particular insignia.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're just all dying laughing as they roll this gate over, and like just laughing way harder than they actually should be, and they can continue to until the gate just crashes open, and they just yell down, "Welcome to the party!" and gate wide open. As you look in, you can see the structure that makes up the hand is basically got its fingers pointed towards you. It's like 5 fingers pointed directly at you. In between the gaps, there are these different archways, little wall with an archway in the center of it, each with their own kind of, there's like a tent set up in one of them, there's like a pedestal with some machinery, and throughout the fort you notice these massive machines, which I'll bring you over to look at a couple of them. Here.
Oh, boy.
This.
What are those boys?
And in the center of the fort, of course, there is a floating, flaming skull, just kind of making its way across the center of the fort.
Of course.
Huh.
And a variety of characters basically roaming about. There's more of these things with red hats. There's some other ones that seem like the hat is like part of their face structure running around. There's a couple of imps off to, from this perspective, the east or the right-hand side. You see 2 Kenku also working on one of these machines as you guys kind of crossed over when I brought you over there.
We're spread out.
What
Get
part of
some
the
answers.
world are Kenku generally from? Like, of the mortal plane?
So they're pretty far and wide, but typically they reserve themselves to like either wooded areas or jungle areas. Pretty fond of like massive like growth, like trees and things like that.
Like, maybe a pretty wild place like Chult?
You've seen quite a few Kenku in your day in Chult, that's for sure.
Keep that in the back pocket.
Well, it's not dilly-dally. We know what we're here to find.
Should we spread out? Stick together.
Stick together. I'm gonna also smack Silas in the back of the head for saying that.
Are you scared?
We noticed the Kenku, right? I'll slowly start
100%.
walking over towards them.
They're just working away on this strange looking machine. When you get up closer, you can see that there is this like grinder wheel right on the front of it, just smattered with blood, and they just seem to be working their way underneath it, kind of clanking around. And they let out an exasperated sigh, and they just shake their heads. You hear a couple of clicking noises of their beaks, but they're not really saying anything that you can understand.
Does you all know what whistle cry is?
What?
What whistle cry is?
Whistle cry?
Does Phrank know what whistle cry is?
I
No,
don't think I've heard it called
I've
that.
never heard that either.
It's the language that Kenku speak. It's their little like clicky language.
I don't think that's what it's called.
Quite confident. I mean, it's one of the things it's called.
I know what you're talking about. It's like a mimic. Like they mimic.
Yes.
You, I
but
think, are talking about something else.
Maybe I'm talking about something else. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, fair enough. But they seem to pay you no mind as you approach. Like there's a lot of noises happening in this area. Also, you know, as you make your way over here, you clearly see these two just imps just lazing around on these like just thrown together scrap metal like lawn furniture.
Imps, you say?
Imps here, yeah.
A friend of mine was looking for an imp for some reason.
And nobody's really paying attention to you guys. Like they'll look over, but it's like you're just part of the scenery now.
I guess I'll approach the Kenku. And I'll say,
Greetings. A moment of your time.
And they both just kind of click their beaks and turn. And like very wily, like they look towards each other and look towards you guys. Oh, newcomers to the fort. We could use a hand. Wait a second. Oh, you don't look like mechanics at all.
I can't say I am.
I know my way around tools. What do you need?
You're offering?
You know
I
what?
too can give a hand.
Absolutely.
I'll help as well.
Oh. Well,
I'm not offering.
we're clearly missing a part. And I think you could probably help us find it. You might have to steal it, though, if I'm being honest. It's a little round, tubey thing. We call it an accelerator. It's like a round tube, and it's got a slit on either side of it. It fits into this tube right here. And he points out, and there's just this long, like almost exhaust-looking tube going into the side of the underside of this machine. You find one of those, and maybe we could be friends, I guess? Yeah, friends. Friends? Friends.
Well, we help you and then you can help us.
Okay.
Where
I
might
don't
we
even know your
find?
names.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm
I'm
Gantash.
Buru.
Are you all Gantash?
I usually keep my name for friends. I give them a little wink.
I'm Buru, and the other three are friends as well. They're just a little quiet.
And here is our friend as well.
and I'll kind of just distinctly point at Lulu.
She kind of peels herself up and finally in view of these two, and they just kind of both stop, drop their tools, and walk closer to you guys. Holy shit! Lulu! You're still alive. We gotta tell the boss.
turn to Lulu. You have fans?
She goes,
Are you-
should we meet the boss?
Wait a minute. Are you guys friends of Lulu?
Friends? We were like her only friends. She was totally wiped out.
I want to insight check that.
Go ahead. Roll an insight check. 14. You kind of get the vibe off of them that if they're acting, there would be no way for you to tell because they just seem like you're hearing these guys talk. They just seem super wily, like they don't even have the capacity to like come up with something as clever as like a put together lie like that.
And who is your boss, might I ask?
She's just up there. Yeah. Mad Maggie.
Ah. I think it's her that we're actually looking for.
Well, we'll go get her. But you guys hold up that end of the bargain, right? We need that accelerator. Friends?
Friends.
And where might we find this accelerator?
You think if I knew that, I would have to recruit some newbies to go looking?
Yes, I do.
You're probably right, actually. So why don't you guys get to it, and we'll go get Mad Maggie.
Where's the closest machine to me? Next closest machine.
So there's the one that's beneath you, but there's also... hold on, let me... they're basically... Here, I'll give you the scope. So you can go here. There's those. And there's these.
Ooh.
I want to walk up to this one down here and go and see if I could find an accelerator to take off of it.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
I'll go to this one.
Okay. And as you guys peel off, they just go, well, you guys get right to it. We'll go get her. Investigation. Anyone who's going to a vehicle is going to give me an investigation. Seven. So Buru and Silas? Unless Silas, you're not going.
I'm going. I'm just trying to pull it up. Investigation. That one.
Okay. So you guys kind of start making your way through. You barely know what you're looking at. These things are all built in different ways. You'll just kind of having watched them, like where they were looking to put the thing, you get you kind of like try to scope out where it would be on this one. You get underneath the machine and you are able to find something kind of similar to what they were describing. It's this long tube with notches cut into it. Buru, you have a similar experience on this one. You pull that thing out and it just slides right out of this like exhaust looking tube on the side of the
Wait, what?
machine.
Sorry, repeat that.
This like tube
Okay.
that's inserted into another tube with these notches cut into the side of it. You just match up where it would have been on their machine, on this machine, and you're able to find it and extract it.
Oh, shit.
You both get one. Gantash, you have no luck. Silas, you have no luck. And so the two birds just make their way up into this, through this gate. And they kind of disappear for a little bit, but end up making their way back.
Before they come back, do we regroup before they come back?
Yes. So
Okay.
they were gone for, I would say, a couple minutes, as were you guys. And just the chattering, like, again, nobody's really even paying you any mind. Even the fact that you're, like, taking parts off of these machines. It just seems to be par for the course for what everybody else is kind of doing too. They're just roaming around, pulling things off of the wall, sticking it into the cars, or these like car-looking vehicle things. And the
Kenku are gone. I want to
Yeah, I want to RP something out too.
talk
Sure.
to some peeps.
Sure.
I think this is very clearly a place of chaos, but I do not think this is a place of evil.
I agree.
Yeah, we kind of just walked in at the cost of what? A gemstone? They didn't fire upon us. They're laughing, for God's sakes.
Yeah, they seem way too happy to be
A little
in hell.
relaxed, yeah. So, but I found one of those accelerator things that they asked for, I think. We'll hold it up. Anyone else find one?
I'll pull it out. I'll give you a little sword tap with it.
We have 2. Maybe we should give one as a bonus to get something out of them. Nothing is free, right?
Or we can hold on to one of these in case they need another.
Yeah. Yoll, do you want to give yours, or I can't really? Let me see here. I could hold on to one if I need to. Up to you.
I think I'm developing something of a rapport with these boys. I'll give them mine.
Okay, I'll let you take care of that. I'm gonna put mine in my bag.
Let's.
Well, actually, is that possible, Phrank? Is that? Can I put that thing in my bag?
Yeah, it's not very big. Like, you're able to hold it in your 2 hands like this.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put mine away.
Okay.
Let's.
I'm gonna add that to my notes. Accelerator.
Let's remember, this Mad Maggie likely won't have as much sense as the Kenku.
She's the crazy one.
I actually
You're
kind
warned
of
about?
disagree with you on that one. I don't know how many Kenki you've met, but they're not exactly consistent.
Well, with a name like Mad Maggie in hell, I imagine it can only get worse.
She does have this place if she's the one running it. So there's some sense of,
I'm
you know.
cautiously optimistic.
Well, we walked in here unscathed, so I'd imagine I can't fault you for it.
I've never been to what this place would ever be called in the regular plane, let alone these vehicles. I've never, or these machines rather. I've seen forges, but not machines like these. And I'm just gonna point at the blood. We might want to figure out what kind of blood that is.
I'll kind of
Like
just walk over,
humanoids.
just with my fingers, just smell it, rub it between my fingers, try to
You
examine it.
love rubbing mysterious substances between your
Yeah, I think
fingers,
of
eh?
Dave Chappelle's skit of with Lil Wayne. Oh, not Lil. Yeah, Lil Wayne. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. I'm not gonna say what he says though.
I'm gonna have Buru and Gantash give me a nature check. So Buru, you're able to kind of, as Gantash is rubbing it around, you look at it and you realize there's like it's definitely red, but there's like certain splatters on there that are like black, and as he moves it in his fingers, there's like a little bit of yellow in it too. And as you kind of
Ketchup, mustard, and truffle paste.
I'm gonna call Silas over.
you pull out a hot dog bun and
I want to call Silas over. Like, hey, you should try this one.
You didn't see me do what I did.
No, I was right behind you. What the heck? Me and Gantash were right behind you when you did that.
Oh, I didn't know you were
The
there.
only person who completely ignored you was me.
Oh, I
Or
see.
rather, was Yoll.
Oh, I see. I'll say
the only thing I was
nothing
going to add is that the distinct kind of yellow color you realize was you've seen that one other place, and it was from the dretches that were dying, that were killed in front of you.
Oh.
What do I? Presumably, I see what they're fiddling with. Do I remember anything that bled black? Like, did the scorpion maybe bleed black?
The scorpion in particular did not, but yeah, you know that you also recall that the dretches had that same kind of weird coloration.
Actually, I'd like to. So, based on that and remembering the Dretch's blood, I'd like to try to remind myself whether those Mezzaloths were demonic or devils. So, do you want me to roll for that?
Or you're trying to do what?
I'm trying to remember. So, I'm remembering the battle.
The
Big scorpion
Mezzaloths were
and the
fighting
Mezzaloths.
the demons.
Yeah. So they.
Or fighting the dretches.
So I want to remember were. So I knew the Mezzaloths were fighting the Dretches and the Scorpion, but did I know the Mezzaloths were devils?
So you guys actually already rolled on that, if I'm not mistaken. But if you didn't, yeah, let's just say you didn't. Let's give a nature check because you've got a little bit more information in front of you.
For everybody?
Fuck.
All you know is basically what Krepe just said. Like, you know that they were fighting the Dretches, which this is the coloration of their blood. The Mezzaloths didn't seem to bleed in the same way.
All right. It kind of answers my question, I guess.
As I kind of rub my fingers and I'm like, I don't fucking know what this is. I'm just gonna wipe it back on the machine. Just like, oh god, what the fuck did I do?
Prestidigitation on your fingies?
I guess I'll try to wipe off the black goo from the chains too on the machine if I can try to get some off.
I would say after 4 kilometers of travel, you probably would have instinctively been finding ways to wipe that off, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So as you guys are hanging out, a much larger band of people make their way towards you, or creatures make their way towards you, as the 2 Kenku seem kind of they've weirdly changed their posture, and they're kind of like,
what the fuck?
God.
And what greets you is, I'll give you a really good visual here.
It's a party, all right.
Holy shit, that guy is that's what we call an echo chamber. That motherfucker is on his own fucking
Mad Maggie and Mickey.
So this is some sort of strange pieced together golem of some kind, made of different flesh and bone, and just kind of wrangled together. And who you now presume to be Mad Maggie, as kind of the only one fitting the real description, any description you were given, walks up, and as you can see in the image, is just kind of sewing this thing very diligently back together, as a tear in the flesh on its side is kind of an open wound. And they make their way up, and they just see you standing there, and they're like, the 2 Kenku just make their way forward, put their hand back and wave to Mad Maggie, just to hold back, and they go, did you guys even move this whole time? I thought you were doing some work.
I'll pull out the Excel, whatever it is. The
Accelerator
is just an accelerator, and I'll wiggle it in my fingers. This is what you need?
And this one kind of runs up and grabs it, brings it over.
When he tries to grab it, I'm going to pull it away.
Uh-oh. Of course.
He just kind of side eyes you.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my hand onto Yoll's hand to give it to him. Yeah, this is it, right?
And it just looks to you, Buru.
We just want to make sure.
Nods its head.
Friends?
Looks back to the other one. Turns. Friends.
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna take a little bit more of a forward posture, just kind of walk around so that we're kind of in this
I'm gonna pat Yoll's back as soon as they say friends. You did it, Yoll. You did it.
Hey, I guess I give him the thing then.
And it just quickly scoops it up and runs it back, holds it up and inspects it. You guys did good. Really good. That was fast. Maggie. They're good. They're friends. Friends of ours. Especially that golden one. And she kind of walks up, still stringing together the wound. And just in particular goes right up to Gantash. Gets really close to your face to the point where you can smell this, like, just decrepit smell coming off of her breath.
I have an action as she gets real close.
Sure.
I'm gonna read her thoughts. She's got to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
You
boy.
link this. Is there a
I already
Oh
linked it.
goodness.
Just did.
There's no V assignment. It's just an action.
My man.
Just as she like walks up, I'm gonna like kind of squint my eyes and try to get in that brain. She's got to do a wisdom saving throw, and I have the DC.
Does the target know?
No, I think they determined that they don't.
No, there's no VS.
I can just read like if it fails, it's save. I can read surface thoughts.
What Okay, it's a wisdom save?
Yep. She might have fucking. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Please, Lord.
That is a 9.
She does fail the save. So I can read her thoughts.
Surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts, those foremost in its mind, reflecting its current emotions and what it is actively thinking about.
Okay. Okay, so she comes up close to you, and you just get this just wild spew of like 50 thoughts all at once, just rolling around in your head. The ones that stand out to you are you catch the words so pure, corruptible.
Mm.
And yeah, she gets up close to your face and out loud she just says, friends of Chukka and Clunk are friends of mine.
Hold on, what was that? Chukka and Clunk?
And I think that's a good spot to call it. We'll call it there.
Bro, that fucking creature is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
That is an echo chamber.
It's just eating a big sausage, man.
Yeah, man.
Eating its own
That's
sausage.
coming out of his chest.
He just keeps the end of it in his, in the inside pocket.
Yeah.
Infinite sausage.
Oof.